107 persons die from petrol tanker fire in Majia, Jigawa State. National Emergency Management Agency deploys response team to flood-ravaged communities in Kogi State. Federal government commits to women empowerment to accelerate progress. Hello and welcome to the News Desk at 3 on Nta News24. We are live in Abuja. I am Nta News. Majia town is full to capacity as people troop in from neighboring towns to participate in the burial of residents that lost their lives to a petrol tanker fire explosion that occurred Tuesday night. The petrol fire incident claimed 107 lives, while over 50 others are lying in critical conditions at various hospitals in Taura and Hadejia local government areas. The mass burial of the 107 bodies that could not be identified even by their own family members is ongoing at the time of filing this report. There is fear that the death toll may rise given the degree of burning of the victims. And in the wake of the tanker explosion in Jigawa State that claimed over 100 lives, Vice President Kashim Shettima has announced immediate federal government intervention and called for a comprehensive review of fuel transportation safety protocols across Nigeria. The Vice President, on behalf of President Bola Tinubu, expressed sorrow for the families who lost loved ones in the tragic incident and prayed that Almighty God grant them the fortitude to bear the loss. The tragedy which occurred in Majia has thrown the entire nation in grief. Vice President has directed the immediate deployment of the National Emergency Management Agency personnel and resources to Jigawa State. He commended first responders and medical personnel for their tireless efforts, stating that dedication exemplifies the best of the nation's spirit. Meanwhile, Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, condoles with the governor of Jigawa State, Malam Omar Namadi, and the people of the state over the unfortunate tanker explosion which left many dead and injured. In a statement, she describes the tragic incident which occurred earlier today as unfortunate, asking God to comfort those affected by the incident. She says her thoughts and prayers are with all the victims at this time, praying God to grant the friends, families and loved ones of the departed souls the fortitude to bear the painful loss and speedy recovery to the injured. Women and youths in the Niger Delta area will soon have more cause to cheer following a strategic partnership that is being worked out between the Renewed Hope Initiative and the Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC) to expand the scope of empowerment in the area. Managing Director of the Commission, Samuel Lubuku, disclosed this after meeting with Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, in her office.
We in NDDC, we have seen the laudable projects of the Renewed Hope Initiative, and we thought there was a need for us to also identify with all the programs and engagements of the Renewed Hope Initiative. So we met with Her Excellency and decided to forge a partnership with the Renewed Hope Initiative. And this partnership is going to be in various areas, ranging from medical to education. So in our next set of our medical outreach is going to be a partnership between the Renewed Hope Initiative and NDDC. And also in the distribution of our educational tabs, the Renewed Hope Initiative and NDDC is also going to partner to ensure that at least the U-Lesson educational tabs which we are distributing will be a partnership between the Renewed Hope Initiative and NDDC. Even in our youth internship scheme too, we're also bringing Renewed Hope Initiative on board too, which is in the area of job creation. Also in the areas of other, empowerment for women and other areas too. So our team and the team of the Renewed Hope Initiative are going to be meeting very soon to also, expand most of these areas of collaboration. I think it is good news for women and youth in the Niger Delta because, the Renewed Hope Initiative has that human face, which we also want to partner with to expand the scope of what we're doing in the Niger Delta for the women and the youths.
And of course, analyzing 1 year of the Renewed Hope Initiative pet project of Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, guests on Good Morning Nigeria say the initiative has contributed immensely to the growth and development of a country, especially as it relates to bringing the government closer to the people. Alika Obanachi Arwa reports.
Itemizing some of the achievements of the Renewed Hope Initiative of the First Lady in the last 1 year, the guest said a lot has been done, like the Every Home a Garden initiative, enrollment of out-of-school children, empowerment program, and the food truck initiative.
She reaches out to the communities, the vulnerable, the less privileged. Case in study, Nanaberry Orphanage. That orphanage is one that in your opening report, we saw some of the children singing. Those children have a new lease of life now.
We have the state coordinator, we have the local government coordinators, we have the social mobilizer, and we have the organization like National Council of Women's Society. And the idea behind that is to make it inclusive.
In the area of health, the guests commended the First Lady for including the human papillomavirus HPV in the general routine immunization, reducing mother-to-child transmission of HIV and AIDS cases and birth registration.
She's done the Young Farmers Club with the motto, growing the food that it starts with me. And to quickly respond to your question on how do we get schools involved, the structure of the Young Farmers Club is to have the teachers in their school involved.
The guest says the First Lady is taking one step at a time in making positive change in the lives of Nigerians, hence the need to support her for the overall well-being and development of the country. In Abuja, Alika Opanachi, Arua, Nta News.
Empowering women economically remains a tool to driving gender equality and secured rights. This was the message of President Bola Tinubu delivered by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, at the Empower Her fundraising dinner, where gender advocates commit to women empowerment for all-round accelerated progress. Elizabeth Omori reports.
In building a resilient and equitable society, women empowerment is sacrosanct to addressing disparities in key areas of endeavor for national development. Tackling these obstacles informed the decision to empower Nigerian women and further upscale their social, political, and economic relevance. President Bola Tinubu, in his message, noted that the initiative is a beacon of hope for a brighter future for the Nigerian woman.
In empowering women in agriculture, we must prioritize investment in agricultural training, access to land. I think this is very critical. And financial services for women farmers. This will enable women to increase their yields, improve their livelihoods, and contribute to Nigeria's food security. By doing so, we will unlock the full potential of agricultural sector and drive and deepen economic growth.
Development partners, state governments, philanthropists, and other state actors pledged to advance the cause of women, to amplify the vision of the current administration in leaving no one behind.
Empowering women, therefore, means equipping them with the tools to participate fully in all sectors of society, from agriculture and technology, from leadership to entrepreneurship.
This empowerment is the tree, while every other problem we have are the branches. Let us feed the trees so that the branches will come out very fertile.
The project, tagged Empower Her, captures areas such as farming, justice, health, education, and finance to give women a sense of commitment to national development. In Abuja, Elizabeth Omori, Nta News.
And young girls from almost 50 schools in Abuja are already leveraging the power of technology to advance their careers and create technology-enabled businesses to solve specific societal problems. Dr. Alabi reports that this was at a session in Abuja where Miraisha Foundation to observe girl-powered programs to address women's participation in the male-dominated tech domain with efforts to close the gender gap.
Technology, believed to be the fourth industrial revolution, is critical to transitioning females into the global economy mainstream. However, in Nigeria, the ratio of men to women in tech is 8 males to 2 females, so efforts to increase women's participation in the male-dominated tech is why Miraisha Foundation, Glisten International and development partners are creating this platform for young girls to unleash their creativity and close the gender gap. Anna Ogwabo, Nisi Haruna and Shukrat Sadiq are in their teens in Senior Secondary School 1 and they are excited about the platform to create eco-friendly solutions.
This is a carbon extracting machine. So its purpose is to suck in air with carbon dioxide. Even though women are just backbones, I learned that it's okay if we can show out our talents and our talents can actually help to make a better future.
With the help of our mentors and our teachers, we plan to go higher levels and learn more while going those steps and improve our knowledge and our skills on technology and help change the world eventually.
They are more empathetic to majority of our solutions, whether it comes in security or it comes to agricultural problems that we have. I think they come up with smarter ideas, simple but smarter ideas that are workable, that are sustainable.
They have really done well, and we expect, our main aim now is to see how we can scale up those presentations they have made.
They can explain principles, uses, and they know the defects, so it's just building on what they have in them.
With platforms like this, it is expected that more girls will be given the opportunity to unleash their creativity in transforming lives. In Abuja, Tokwe Alabi, Nta News.
This is the News Desk at 3 on Nta News24. We'll take a break now. More reports when we return.
As your president, I assure you that we are committed to finding sustainable solutions to alleviate the suffering of our citizens. Once again, I plead for your patience as the reforms we are implementing show positive signs, and we are beginning to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Thanks for joining us again. The federal government has expressed sympathy for Nigerians facing challenges in accessing basic food due to the country's social and economic difficulties. Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security, Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi, says that the president has directed the rollout of policies and programs to guarantee the availability and affordability of food for Nigerians. Musa Baba Aliyu reports.
Right to food for a better life and a better future is the theme for this year's World Food Day. This roadwork serves as a part of the sensitization program aimed at raising awareness about the challenges faced by individuals who lack access to an adequate food supply.
Without farmers, the food security cannot be achieved. If they are celebrating world food, farmers as the key holder of food security will be in the forefront.
A survey conducted by the United Nations agencies reveals that approximately 2.8 billion people worldwide suffered from food insecurity. Among them, 22 million individuals reside in the Sahel region, including Nigeria.
World Food Day is about, sensitizing the world about people who are not really who are food insecure, so that people now should now know about them, so that they can now take action. What we need is a collective action, so that everybody must not go hungry.
Now, with NWAPD, we have the opportunity to amplify these efforts, to harness technology and global best practices, and to write a new chapter in the story of Nigeria agriculture.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has instructed the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security to collaborate with sub-regional governments to ensure that a significant majority of Nigerians do not go to bed hungry.
Where you have potential for irrigation, we want to support irrigation farming, because it is when we finish rainy season and then all this water that is flooding, if we are able to save it and do farming, we will be occupied for the next 3 months again before another rainy season comes.
Local and international organizations are also initiating programs to enhance farmers' output, aiming to make food available, accessible, and affordable for Nigerians. Musa Baba Aliyu, Nta News.
The National Emergency Management Agency NEMA has deployed emergency response team to Kogi State following flood incidents in some communities in that state. Director General of NEMA, Zubaida Omar, said the agency has also deployed mobile water purification equipment to help in providing emergency potable water for impacted families. A statement from the Public Relations Officer of the agency, Manzo Izuko, recalls that NEMA has recently alerted states identified to be at risk of flooding to be prepared ahead of any eventuality. NEMA, while alerting the states, also announced that the agency had activated all its zonal, territorial and operations offices and pre-positioned critical equipment for timely response, search and rescue, as well as evacuation of persons to safer, higher grounds. The frontline states identified to be at risk of the flooding were Adamawa, Taraba, Benue, Nasarawa, Kogi, Edo, Delta, Anambra, Bayelsa, Cross River, Rivers and Kwara states. And the Rivers State House of Assembly, led by Martin Amehule, has declared the seats of Edison Ehie and the Chief of Staff to Governor Siminalayi Fubara and 3 other pro-Fubara lawmakers vacant following what they described as their absence from sitting for 152 days. Kingsley Amajari reports that this was part of the resolutions reached at plenary in Port Harcourt.
Declaring the seats of the 4 lawmakers vacant during the plenary today, the Speaker, Martin Amehule, explained that Mr. Ehie did not properly write to inform the House of his new office, and as such, his seat has been declared vacant. For Victor Okojumbo and 2 other lawmakers, the House held 3 separate votes to declare their seats vacant from what they termed absenteeism from sitting for 152 days without notification or permission in violation of the 1999 Constitution. The Assembly further agreed to write INEC to conduct election to replace the new vacant seats within 90 days so as to provide representation for the people.
Those in favor of the position that Mr. Speaker should rely on Section 109 subsection 2 of the 1999 Constitution and give effect to Section 109 subsection 1F of the 1999 Constitution as altered, and declare the seats of Honorable Victor Okojumbo, who represents Bonny constituency, Honorable Sukari Goodboy Sukahari, who represents Ahoda West constituency, and Honorable Adolphus Timothy Orubimeha, who represents Opobo constituency, as in declare their seats vacant, should indicate by raising their hands.
The lawmakers agreed to give Governor Siminalayi Fubara another opportunity to represent the 2024 appropriation bill following the nullification by the appeal court of the 800 billion naira bill which he had presented to our parallel house led by Edison Ehie.
We want peace in this state. That is why we have decided to heed to the pleas that we should give the governor one more opportunity to present the 2024 appropriation bill. Those in favor of this position should say ayes. Aye. Against, say nay.
In Port Harcourt, Kingsley Amajiri, Nta News.
The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, has commended achievements recorded by the national senior citizens within 3 years since inauguration, despite operational challenges. Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas made the commendation while playing host to the Director General of the National Senior Citizens Center, Dr. Omokaro, and the management in his office. He decried poor funding of the National Senior Citizens Center with only 450 million naira budget in 2024 to actualize its national mandate, assuring that the House of Representatives will partner with the NSCC to ensure improved funding in the 2025 appropriation. The Speaker said, being the only focal agency whose mandate is focused on addressing matters of aging and senior citizens in Nigeria, it should be adequately funded for effective service delivery across the states of the Federation and the 774 local government areas in the country. The Speaker assured the Director General of collaboration with the Center to improve the pensions governance system in the country, improve health care delivery services for senior citizens, age-friendly environment for older persons, and development of NSCC offices in the 6 geopolitical zones. The Director General of the National Senior Citizens Center, Dr. Omokaro, commended the National Assembly for the passing of the bill that enabled the National Senior Citizens Center Act 2017 and has brought a landmark shift in care of older persons' inclusion in national development plan in Nigeria. And members of staff of the Code of Conduct Bureau are being advised to reinforce the fundamentals of the Bureau and support the ongoing efforts of the federal government against corruption in all its ramifications. Acting Chairman of the Code of Conduct Bureau gave this indication in a 2-day capacity building workshop for intermediate officers of the Bureau. Steve Lonai Wokolo has the details.
Assembled here are the intermediate officers of the Code of Conduct Bureau, CCB, from states, including the Federal Capital Territory, to take lectures on enhancing ethical compliance and accountability in the public efficiency within the Code of Conduct Bureau. They were told by the acting chairman of the Bureau, Barrister Murtala Kankia, that the training is designed to deepen their understanding of the roles and expectations placed on the Bureau and the need for them to adhere to the ethical standards that guide their conduct as public servants.
This standard defines how we should behave and make decisions in our official duties, emphasizing the importance of positive attitude and core values that we must internalize.
The facilitator, Zavanea Bulus, gives an overview of the training.
That the Bureau was established to primarily ensure that public officers abide by all the rules and regulations designed to uphold the virtues of honesty, transparency, and accountability in the discharge of their duties.
The Director of Human Resources of the Bureau, leading other participants, speak on their takeaways from the training.
I advise them to take the training seriously and ensure that they take back home the important aspects of the training.
The way he explained it, he expatiated and everybody understood. And by the grace of God, we are going to take it back to the state office and we are going to educate all our staff about it. And anti-corruption staff, we must ensure that we wear, the shoes of our office. We come into our element as agents of change to bar and eliminate corruption totally.
The Code of Conduct Bureau was established to promote and maintain national ethics, transparency, eliminate and fight corruption in the public service. In Abuja, Steve Lonai Nwaokolo, Nta News.
And that concludes the news desk at 3 on Nta News 24. Thanks for your company. I am Minna Daniels.